Good morning, folks. We've got a couple items to hit today. The sun's super flare potential.
On a so-called solar superstorm that could, and this is important, underline the word could, eventually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months.
Imagine cities plunge into darkness as power grid falter under the sun's relentless assault. What secrets lies within the heart of this solar fury? How will humanity navigate this cosmic crisis? Will satellites succumb to the solar storm's wrath, leaving us disconnected from the digital realm? This is not just a solar storm. It's a collision of worlds, an epic encounter between celestial forces and human ingenuity. Are we mere spectators in the cosmic theater, or we will rise to harness the power of the sun's fury? Buckle up as we unravel the mystery, the drama, and the awe-inspiring might of the solar superstorm 2023. Impact on Earth's system and infrastructures. While we gaze in wonder at the northern lights, the energy from these solar storms holds the potential to birth what a researcher has ominously labeled as the Internet Doomsday. According to Professor Peter Becker from George Mason University, the internet flourished during a period of solar tranquility, and now it's stepping into more tumultuous phase. He emphasizes, this marks the first instance in human history where heightened solar activity intersects with our reliance on the internet and its pivotal role in the global economy. Becker spearheads a collaborative initiative between the university and the Naval Research Laboratory, aiming to construct an early warning mechanism in anticipation of such events. In the upcoming years, sky enthusiasts in the northern United States should keep an eye for further aurora forecast, especially with the anticipated peak solar activity in 2025 during Solar Cycle 25. Just days ago, heightened solar activity gifted the northern tier with mesmerizing celestial displays. Reports flooded in from Michigan, Montana, and Minnesota of the northern lights painting the sky in vivid hues of green, red, and purple. Becker highlighted an increase in solar flares, explaining their indication of the sun's brightness and the subsequent display of radiation akin to an initial flash. He then discussed the following event, the coronal mass ejection (CME), likening it to a cannon shot. While these ejections can deviate unpredictably in space, there's the capability to predict their path towards Earth. This forecast allows for a window of approximately 18 to 24 hours before these particles arrive and begin affecting our magnetic field. Massive clusters of plasma, essentially superheated material, hurtle through space within a CME. Some of these impact Earth, causing distortions in our planet's magnetic field. This disruption turns the ordinarily protective third prong of an electric plug into something akin to a vast electrical circuit. Becker elaborated on a scenario where inadvertently drawing current from the ground occurs. He highlighted a common assumption of safety with grounded computers, yet in situations where inductive currents are compelled into the Earth's surface, the impact can be almost reversed. This action has the potential to harm seemingly protected devices or systems. The susceptibility spans across various systems: the power grid, satellites, subterranean fiber optic cables in seas and copper, navigation and GPS system, radio transmitter and communication equipment, all lie vulnerable to such occurrences. Bird migration and solar weather. Disoriented during migration, it's not solely Earth's atmospheric conditions affecting birds. A recent study reveals that the sun's weather disrupts birds' navigation. For birds, weather plays a crucial role in migration, explained Eric Goulson Castillo, an ornithologist and the study's author. They tend to avoid migrating in adverse weather conditions. Despite humanity's fascination with auroras, these spectacular displays signal distress for migrating birds. Intense solar storms, leading to geomagnetic disruption and the creation of breathtaking auroras, interfere with the navigation of certain bird species. Historical incidents and future prediction. It secured previously, referencing the Carrington event of 1859, marking the last instance when a CME made a contact with Earth. It caused significant damage to the telegraph system, with sparks literally leaping off the telegraph lines. Some operators experienced electric shocks because the wires carried unexpected high voltage. The magnetic field fluctuations were so intense that it almost transformed into a generator, driving currents along the telegraph wires. Comparatively, the sturdy telegraph wires back then that were resilient in contrast to today's delicate electronic infrastructure he highlighted. Now, overlay that on the internet with its intricate electronics, and you're facing a potential system meltdown, lasting several weeks to months for infrastructure repairs. Everything from electronic switches to office buildings filled with electronics could be affected. This isn't just about communication, it translates to significant economic disruption as well. Economic and technological challenges. Approximately an economic upheaval ranging between $10 to $20 billion per day exclusively for the US economy. The growth patterns in the tree rings and the layers in the ice cores provide evidence of significantly more massive superstorms from history. Roughly 14,000 years ago, Earth experienced a solar flare, potentially hundreds of times more powerful than a Carrington flare, leaving its mark on the planet. NOAA anticipates the current solar cycle to intensify and reach its peak in 2024. In drawing a comparison between predicting solar storms and forecasting earthquakes, Becker highlighted their shared nature of being uncontrollable phenomena. He discussed a likelihood of around 10% that, over the next decade, there exists a possibility of highly consequential occurrence that could potentially disrupt the functioning of the internet. Hence, he and his team diligently monitored the sun's activity and simulate flares. According to him, these flares take a mere of 8 minutes to reach Earth, initiating a countdown for potential magnetic field disturbances within 18 to 24 hours. Becker highlighted the significance of each minute upon receiving a warning, stressing the ability to engage safety protocols for satellites and detach transformers from the grid as preventive measures. He mentioned short-term strategies for mitigating the issue. However, the broader discussion revolves around reinforcing the internet infrastructure in the long term. This presents an economic challenges similar to buying an insurance policy. The expense of fortifying the system could reach trillions, despite the uncertainty of ever requiring such extensive protection. He pointed out that currently most major corporations lack the financial motivation to reinforce their system against such threats. The threat of a solar superstorm is real, and it's time we prepare. Scientists and government agencies are working to develop early warning systems and mitigation strategies, but the public also has to role play. By understanding the risks and taking steps to prepare, we can reduce the impact of a solar superstorm and protect ourselves from its devastating consequences. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you're gonna like it. Thanks for watching.